Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup there on the run. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A big play there for Cincinnati.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And the Pats are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Eason to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Freeman. Fighting through, and he's got space. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. They'll throw on first down with Eason. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's a handoff out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Rodgers now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 21.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Rodgers again now. He's got the first down inside the 10. Touchdown, Bengals. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Eason finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up the first down.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Eason. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Freeman. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Patriots. Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Penny, a first down carry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Rodgers now to throw. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll go down at the 28.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second.
Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's Rodgers to return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's caught by Penny. Sheds off the tackle, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. He'll buy some time right. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. And again, it's Rodgers. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to get this inside the 30. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they look at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. On play action, Rodgers dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Here's Eason off the play fake. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Jacob Harris,
his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go play action with Eason.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there for the Patriots.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
From the gun is Eason. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing is Eason.
And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now a play fake. Rodgers rolling to his right. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
Foyesade and Lewican
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A handoff to Penny. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he's taken down inside the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
area known as Patriot Place. EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3, and he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Play action. It's Eason.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Throwing on second and long. Eason. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Throwing after the interception. Eason throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D.
Eason.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
On first down, Jacob Eason.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Freeman. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Eason sets to throw it.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Escaping a tackler at the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play there on the catch and run.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Eason. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Here's Eason to throw. That ball caught by Campbell and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Looking to throw. Eason. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Off play action. Eason. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. A throw to the flat here from McKissick. Short completion, just 4 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's into the hands of Jacob Harris. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw there caught by Gallup. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. On play action, now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rolling to his left. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. You think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
They'll throw on 1st down with Eason.
His throw incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Now Eason.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
At home, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Rodgers going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Aaron Rodgers. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Eason. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the Patriots.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
1st and 10, Eason. And oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 28. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. And he's got Hurst, his tight end.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Here's Eason off the play fake.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
This time, the extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Rodgers on the return.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Elliott now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Rodgers throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Forced out to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jesse James in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Takes it at the 7. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first two quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On play action, Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Throwing is Eason.
And he comes back with one complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. The Patriots send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Justin Madubuike.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
From the gun is Eason.
And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Eason.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now a play fake. Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Leaves it for Penny. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he's got his target, Harris. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 16. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jacob Harris.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a throw here to his running back. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here's Eason to throw. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Bengals are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Eason sets to throw it.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And that'll set him back 5.
Now Eason.
Going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a throw here, hauled in. Always got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there for the Patriots.
1st and 10, Eason. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Eason.
That ball caught by Campbell. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Sheldon. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding, probably.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Penny. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss.